The thermometer in the cryostat read 10 to the minus 30 Kelvin. My coffee, steaming on the desk beside it, was radiating heat at a temperature 12 orders of magnitude higher. A violent, local rebellion against the final temperature of the cosmos. The number 10 to the 122nd power wasn't in a textbook. It was etched into the firmware of the holometer at Fermilab, a machine built to hear spacetime pixelate. Craig Hogan's team ran it for years. The null result in 2017 didn't prove silence. It proved the pixels aren't asterisk in asterisk the interferometer arms. They are the dimension of the Hilbert space describing the horizon, a matrix of 10 to the 122 power rows. I stared at the blank readout and realized the universe doesn't look low-res. It asterisk is asterisk a finite register, and the register is full. I keep a ledger of galaxies crossing the event horizon, not the particle horizon, that's the past. The event horizon, 16 billion light-years proper distance, fixed, final. Last Tuesday, a dwarf galaxy in the Sculptor group, mass 10 to the 9 solar masses, slipped over the lip. Its future world lines, every supernova it would never host, every planet it would never form, were severed from my causal diamond. The hard drive capacity didn't change, but the file's Sculptor D SBH future corrupted. Sector failure. The address space remains 10 to the 122 power bits, but the writable future just shrank by a measurable fraction. Landauer's limit isn't theoretical here. At the Gibbons-Hawking temperature, erasing 1 bit costs 10 to the minus 53 joules. I calculated the energy budget inside the horizon, 10 to the 69 joules. Divide one by the other. The quotient is 10 to the 122. The universe pays its own electricity bill in heat-death currency. Every thought I think, this thought right now, spends a few thousand joules, burns a few trillion bits of the finite budget. There is no external power supply. The battery is the geometry itself. Pop science says expansion creates new space, new information. I watch the moving volume of the event horizon shrink to 0 in the simulation. New space appears asterisk beyond asterisk the horizon, causally disconnected forever. It's not a larger hard drive. It's a pile of bricks delivered to a construction site that has been condemned. The last stars die. The horizon's thermal noise, 10 to the minus 30 Kelvin, drowns the signal. The drive doesn't grow. It suffers irreversible sector failure, one redshifted photon at a time. The page time for a black hole is when entropy peaks and evaporation begins. Our causal diamond hit page time 13.8 billion years ago. We are the midpoint. But for now, the horizon swallowed new regions, growing the accessible entropy. After now, asterisk this asterisk now, acceleration dominates. The moving horizon shrinks. Accessible entropy decreases monotonically. I am standing exactly at the peak of the universe's information capacity. Every second forward, the number of possible futures diminishes. The drive is not just full, it is being wiped. Poincaré recurrence time, 10 to the 122nd power years, a number that makes the current age look like 0. In principle, the finite state space guarantees repetition, but dark energy makes the system open for me. Degrees of freedom leak across the horizon faster than the recurrence can explore the state space. The theorem applies to the global multiverse. My causal diamond will thermalize into the Gibbons-Hawking bath long before the first cycle completes. I will never see the rewrite. My partition of the drive formats itself into noise. The mass of a black hole with the same entropy as our cosmic horizon, 10 to the 53 kilograms. The mass energy inside the observable universe. We live inside a maximal entropy black hole. The singularity isn't the Big Bang behind us. It's the heat death ahead. The horizon is the event horizon turned inside out. The information bound is identical because the geometry is identical. a spherical screen of area in Planck units. I press my hand to the desk. The wood, the coffee, my bones, patterns in the finite register. When a galaxy crosses the horizon, a vast block of bits flips from accessible to null. The error-correcting code of spacetime protects the remainder, but the code rate drops to 0 as the horizon thermalizes. This photon hitting my retina, too. 48 electron volts, green from the desk lamp, resolves a quantum indeterminacy. It spends a bit of the budget. The stars burning in Virgo, the merger of the Milky Way and Andromeda 4 billion years hence, a future now permanently unwritable, the thought I am tired, all computations on the final register. No backup drive exists. The cosmic dread isn't the end. It's the realization that the universe is a finite computation executing its final instruction. The silence isn't empty. It's the sound of a processor awaiting the power cut. The delete key isn't dramatic. It's the CMB stretching from millimeter to meter to kilometer waves, undetectable. It's the last white dwarf, WD 0346 plus 246, cooling into a black dwarf, its degrees of freedom redshifting to infinite wavelength. The horizon stays at 16 billion light-years proper distance, but the comoving coordinates of every galaxy flow outward across it. Deletion is kinematic. Future light cones tip over until they no longer intersect my world line. Sectors become unwritable not because they break, but because the right head, my causal influence, can no longer reach them. In quantum cosmology, there is no view from nowhere. My 10 to the 122 power bits describe my diamond. An observer in the coma cluster has a different diamond, a different horizon, a different set of bits. The overlap shrinks to 0 as expansion accelerates. We are not sharing a drive. We are trapped in shrinking private partitions of a larger system we can never network. Solipsism isn't philosophy. It's geometry. The universe writes my story in a file no one else can read. The file size limit is the only absolute law. Poincaré recurrence time for a de Sitter space with 10 to the 122nd power states is 10 to the 10 to the 122nd power years. A number so large, it makes the current age of the universe look like 0. In principle, the finite state space guarantees that every configuration will eventually repeat. But this recurrence requires the system to be closed and unitary. Dark energy makes the system open for any internal observer. Degrees of freedom leak across the horizon faster than the recurrence can explore the state space. The recurrence theorem applies to the global multiverse, not to your causal diamond. Your hard drive will never see the rewrite. It will thermalize into the Gibbons-Hawking bath long before the first recurrence cycle completes. The comparison to a black hole is exact, not analogical. A Schwarzschild black hole of mass m has entropy 4 pi g m squared over h bar c. The de Sitter horizon has entropy 3 pi over lambda g h bar, where lambda is the cosmological constant. If you equate the two, the mass of a black hole with the same entropy as our cosmic horizon is roughly 10 to the 53 kilograms, the mass energy inside the observable universe. We live inside a black hole of maximal entropy. The singularity is not in our past. It is in our future, at the heat death. The event horizon is the black hole's horizon turned inside out. The information bound is the same because the geometry is the same, a spherical screen with area in Planck units. What does this mean for the present moment? Every observation you make, every photon that hits your retina, consumes a tiny fraction of the remaining distinguishable states. The universe resolves its own quantum indeterminacy through interaction, and each resolution spends a bit of the finite budget. The stars burning, the galaxies merging, the thoughts in your mind, all are computations on the final register. There is no external hard drive to back up to. The cosmic dread is not that the universe ends, but that the universe is a finite computation approaching its final instruction. The silence of the cosmos is the silence of a processor that has finished its task and awaits the power cut. The cosmic delete key is not a dramatic event. It is the steady redshift of the cosmic microwave background, the stretching of every wavelength beyond detectability, the cooling of the last white dwarfs into black dwarfs. Each photon that redshifts to infinite wavelength carries away a degree of freedom. The horizon does not move inward in proper distance. It stays at 16 billion light-years, but the comoving coordinates of every galaxy flow outward across it. The deletion is kinematic. The future light cones of distant events tip over until they no longer intersect your world line. The hard drive sectors become unwritable not because they break, but because the right head, your causal influence, can no longer reach them. This forces a confrontation with the role of the observer. In quantum cosmology, there is no view from nowhere. The 10 to the 122nd power bits describe your causal diamond. Another observer, billions of light years away, has a different diamond, a different horizon, a different set of 10 to the 122nd power bits. The overlap shrinks to zero as expansion accelerates. We are not sharing a single hard drive. We are each trapped in a shrinking private partition of a larger system we can never access. Solipsism is not a philosophical stance here. It is a geometric theorem. The universe writes your story in a file no one else can read, and the file size limit is the only absolute law. First, the bound was derived from black hole thermodynamics. Then the acceleration was measured in supernova light curves. Then the horizon was identified as the finite screen. Now the deletion proceeds in silence. The universe has a hard drive limit of 10 to the 122nd power bits, and the future is being formatted sector by sector. We are the read heads witnessing the final write cycle. The silence is not empty. It is the sound of a computation completing. The computation halts. The silence remains.